There are two ways to encounter hydrogen medicine in the existing literature. The first is through the substantial body of peer-reviewed research, over 1,000 published studies, primarily from Japan, China, and South Korea, documenting the biological effects of molecular hydrogen in a range of clinical conditions. The second is through the wellness product landscape, where hydrogen-infused water is sold alongside claims that range from vaguely credible to overtly fraudulent. The challenge for anyone trying to evaluate this field honestly is separating these two encounters and assessing each on its own terms. The scientific case for molecular hydrogen is more credible than Western medicine has generally acknowledged. Hydrogen is the smallest molecule in existence, which allows it to diffuse rapidly across biological membranes and penetrate cellular compartments that other antioxidants cannot access. Its proposed mechanism, selective neutralization of the most damaging reactive oxygen species, specifically the hydroxyl radical, without disrupting signaling relevant oxidants, is mechanistically plausible and consistent with the observed data. Animal studies showing protective effects in ischemia-reperfusion injury, radiation exposure, and metabolic syndrome are numerous and methodologically reasonable. Human trials, while smaller and less numerous, have produced signals worth taking seriously. The most clinically significant potential application is in ischemia-reperfusion injury, the cellular damage that occurs when blood flow is restored after a period of deprivation, as in cardiac arrest, stroke, or organ transplantation. This is a context where existing antioxidant therapies have largely failed despite compelling theoretical rationale, and where hydrogen's unique diffusion properties could theoretically provide protection that other molecules cannot. Japanese hospitals have incorporated hydrogen inhalation protocols into cardiac arrest post-resuscitation care, and outcomes data from these settings, while preliminary, has attracted attention from researchers in Europe and the United States. The primary reason Western medicine has been slow to investigate this area is not scientific skepticism in the rigorous sense. It is publication geography bias, a well-documented tendency for research produced in Asian academic institutions to receive less uptake in English-language clinical literature, and for Western physicians and funding bodies to underweight findings that did not originate in their own research networks. That bias is a real problem, not an excuse, and it means that potentially valuable therapeutic signals have been systematically underweight for institutional rather than scientific reasons. The warning here cuts in both directions. On one side, the wellness industry's colonization of hydrogen terminology, attaching molecular hydrogen branding to products that deliver negligible concentrations at prices that exploit consumer confusion, represents a genuine risk of discrediting legitimate research by association. On the other side, Western medicine's reflexive dismissal of this field without attempting to replicate or refute the existing literature is not scientific rigor. It is cultural insularity. What is needed is exactly what is now beginning: multi-center randomized controlled trials conducted in Western research settings, using standardized hydrogen delivery protocols against well-defined clinical endpoints. The field deserves a serious scientific hearing, not a reflexive verdict delivered from ignorance.